Welcome back to you, baby dolls. The crypto seas are rough, so that's why we sail on the friendship. We're going to be talking about ChainLink, the FUD, the new token unlock, which was planned from the start, and how it's pretty much nothing burger, okay? I have done the numbers here for you to show you. So I'm going to show you the clean information first before we go deep into the community. Of course, you already know from my teachings, everybody's just concerned about the price. All of these other things just hurt when the price is down. So we're going to continue. Look at this. Recently, ChainLink Team announced they're going to dump token unlocks. So they just release more tokens into the circulating economy. Lots of ChainLink Marines are upset. But here are the numbers, because you are a baby doll, baby cake, blueberry pie. I have the numbers here exactly for you. Like, subscribe, belly button, and all friends. It's 7% inflation per year. At current prices, that's $1 million a day, roughly. Now, you might say, "Ooh, $1 million is a lot." Well, what we can do is we can go to the actual ChainLink page, and you can find out the 24-hour trading volume, friends. This is 95 million, and this is on a super low volume weekend. It's $95 million of trading volume, okay? So the average volume is like 120 million a day, which is huge, which means comparatively, that inflation unlock it's doing, it's only $960,000 a day, less than 1% of the volume. So if you're wondering, why on the DEXs do we get destroyed, but on the CEXs, the centralized exchanges, why do they survive? It's because you have all these algorithm nerds. So this is a nerd, okay? We'll get a cute little nerd here. And the nerd, here we go. The nerd, right? The nerd is connected to all the exchanges. So he's connected to Binance, Coinbase. He's got Mexi, BitGet, whatever they are. Every single exchange, okay? So here's the exchanges. And what happens is when Link moves on one, they will just buy it up on the other to arbitrage it. They're connected everywhere. Now, they also have models. So if Bitcoin is up 2%, if Bitcoin is up 2% on the day, they might have a model where they think a good trade is to buy ChainLink if it's like only 1% up for the day. So what happens is they are then buying up Link a tiny bit. And what they're doing is they're going to be filling the ChainLink team who are selling. And this is going to be very easily filled because you only need less than 1% of the daily trading volume per day. So it's absolutely nothing. These guys can get filled and we continue. But we all know that's not the full story. Like, why is everybody in a world of hurt? We all know why, friends. It's because of the price. Of course, it's because of the price. We all know that already. So here I am showing you this information. We're going to continue, okay? So I have the inflation unlock here for ChainLink. So here we go. ChainLink inflation. It's going down over time. Inflation rewards, they are part of most protocols. Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it. Doge, Pulse Chain, PulseX, Hex, everything. Yes, even though people say PulseX has no inflation, well, you got to remember that the rewards are still coming from somewhere. The rewards. So even in a deflationary coin like PulseX, you will put your money to a no expectations treasury with me, and then you're expecting that to do something to boost everything. You're probably expecting some sort of bid for the incentive token or whatever it is, okay? So you can mix and match and play with words, but it doesn't matter. You understand at the end of the day, everything has to be funded, everything. You can't make something out of nothing. You just can't. The only thing we're able to do that from was Bitcoin. That's the only thing. That's why they actually call Bitcoin. That's why you hear Max Kaiser called Bitcoin the Immaculate Conception. But when you think about it, Bitcoin still wasn't free. You had to spend electricity. It just so happened that people had an amazing need and a high demand to buy Bitcoin to compensate for your electricity cost. So you always had to pay something. You did. It's just for Bitcoins, it was just you had to burn up the electricity for your electricity company. Okay, so all of these are the same. Don't forget that. But different people will try to misconstrue and say we're different or we're better. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, if you follow the trail, as I just explained, someone has to pay for your coin expansion, no matter what it is. Every single coin, someone has to pay. So the game is, friends, you get in when the inflation is high at the start, and then you're hoping by the time that the inflation is tiny, that you've seen the best days. So I'm going to go through and show you this. So this is ChainLink, for example. So each crypto investor is speculating that their own inflation will be spent the best. That's right. So when you have a reward or a treasury put somewhere, Everybody believes that whoever is in control, or the collective mindset, whoever's in control of their chosen coins, they believe that they will spend it the best. We all know what Ripple does. They dump it to expand. They don't have any adoption yet. I feel very sad. It hurts me for XRP people. After 10 years, there's still no bank adoption or whatever. So this is a very harsh reality to deal with. So there are no guarantees. Everybody is scared of being the next Ripple, where Ripple just dumps their XRP in everybody and you have no expansion and you just have a bunch of people coping and you're down still you're hitting minus 90% after like 5.5 years and you haven't gained anything on BTC. Everybody is scared of that, okay? So here is a Chainlink chart reward, right? So you can see this over time. It was super high at the start. Yes, of course, their first big gains, and now it's coming down over time. Slowly, it's tapering off. You remember, this is up to 2030. So don't worry about this. The inflation still goes to 2030. By the way, you want this to be this. If you're seeing very low inflation numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3%, it's over. I'm telling you it's over. Because that means there's not much growth, which means you don't need to compensate anybody for holding and believing. You know, Bitcoin, obviously, so actually, let me show you right now, friends. You can see, I'm going to show you right now. This is why you subscribe to me. Okay, look at this. This is the Bitcoin. You can look at the Bitcoin inflation schedule, and hopefully this is a good picture. Yes, you can actually see it. Look at this. This is perfect. This is why you watch me. Okay, look at this. Bitcoin's inflation was 100% at the start. That's right. 100%. Imagine you were in the first 2 years, and by the way, it goes down to after, here you go, 2013, it's still, oh my God, it's still 30 to 40%. So you are 4 years into Bitcoin, 4 years, and you're imagine this, okay? I got to take it. This is why you got to do your research, and this is why I am your research. Okay, look at this. Look at this. You put it on a regular chart. Let's be intellectually honest, because nobody knew what a freaking log chart was back then. All right, Bitcoin went up, and now it hit down minus 92%. There is no crypto industry. There's nothing. Do you see that? Bitcoin hit minus 90 to 93%. Okay, it's 2011, 2012. It's still down, by the way. It's still down. 2012. Is it ever going to go up? It's just at $10. You bought the top. You bought $17. Okay, $17 Bitcoin. You don't know what's happening. It's 2012. If we go back to this chart, in 2012, the inflation is still 30 to 40%. It's still 40%. Imagine trying to tell somebody to stay long Bitcoin when they are telling you, hey, dummy, the inflation is 30 to 40%. You are burning your money away. This weird Satoshi dude doesn't even show his face. He has so little faith in this protocol, he's anonymous. You see how tough it was? The inflation was so high. Even after 4 years. And look where Bitcoin is today. And you might say, oh, maybe Bitcoin was a miracle. And I'll say, you know what? Our friendship is a miracle. That's why we are here together. I have here Ethereum. Have you heard of a little coin called Ethereum? Look at this, friends. Look at this. Okay. A little coin called Ethereum. Ethereum in its first year had 18%. And then it still went down to 10 to 12% inflation for Ethereum. Isn't that crazy? Huge inflation. These numbers are enormous. You're probably thinking you want an inflation rate of like 1%. But by the time you get that, it's over. It's over. Ethereum's inflation now is like 0.5 to 1 or 2%. But Ethereum's in its third cycle curse. The gains are diminished. So as Bitcoin. It's the same thing, friends. It's the same thing. So obviously, anybody can watch this video and say, this guy's telling me to buy stuff with high inflation. No. What I'm telling you to do is to not ignore good, sound, fundamental long-term friendship just because of the inflation number. This is a requirement for growth. The inflation reward is given to early believers because people who believe in the product or the commodity, they want to collect as much of it as they can. So their incentive for giving money to the treasury and holding and believing at the start, their incentive is to hold all the rewards. That's what it's meant to do. Of course, this is exactly what's happening now. But we're going to come to the Chainlink chart. And we're going to show you. Look at this. Look at this. We're going to see the Chainlink chart. I want you to have a look at this, friends. Look, obviously, Chainlink chart, Christmas tree. Christmas tree. Down in the poopies. But it's not really intellectually honest, okay? We put on a log chart. You put on a log chart, and the Chainlink ICO was like down here, 11, 10 cents, and here we are now. This is what, of course, I don't like looking at this, of course. It hit down minus 91%. It's still literally gone nowhere. These are monthly candles, okay? Monthly candles. You just look at the weekly. It's just done absolutely nothing forever. So you can look at this chart and say, hey, it looks like everything else in crypto, and you'd be right. You are right. But the game is not to just say everything looks the same as a chart, so let's treat them all the same. It's not that. It's to see, do we have some sort of fundamental long-term edge? Okay, now I've shown you the Chainlink inflation rewards. We are going to sail the seas of friendship. So now they have the inflation schedule. We've already gone through the hard part, right? So here we have like Woo blockchain saying a total of 21 million Link, $111 million was transferred from the wallets. We already explained that. That's why I've already shown you all this information. You have Chainlink God explaining all of this. And him explain, Chainlink is working towards the creation of self-sustainable Oracle economy where the user fees cover and exceed the operating costs. So of course, friends, this is the goal, the vision, right? Is everything in DeFi needs Chainlink data to make it smarter. All right, so here is your Linky, okay? And everybody's going to pay in the Chainlink token. That's what's needed. And, you know, people might say right now, okay, Link token not needed, which is a funny meme, right? I even say it too. But the truth is, you can't charge people the full amount of money at the start. You need to make it free. You need to show them that, hey, this thing is so useful, you're going to use it now. And they are. And then they start raising up the cost. That's just basic business stuff. That's how you do it. You know, it's like giving out a freebie at the start. And that's what they've been doing. And as they expand and get bigger, the network effect gets bigger. And that's what happens over time. Okay. So this is all built in. It's all, I guess you could say, going to plan. But we're going to explain more about that. Okay. So look at this. You also have here from this person, Chelevic, shout out. So look at this. People aren't mad about the Link inflation. This was well known from day one, literally priced in. The problem I see is Chainlink is very dodgy about the price. They don't acknowledge it. They censor discussion about it. This is wrong. Wrong. Chainlink not talking about the price is exactly what you want. Because one, okay, Chainlink not talking about the price. Let's keep this in. Okay, one. Chainlink not talking about price. Good for these reasons, okay? One, you only get strong hands. Two, you avoid securities laws expectations. That's what happens, okay? This is like the double whammy here. So if you don't talk about the price, this is what happens, okay? You don't get anybody saying, oh, the Chainlink team's going to do this and that, okay? So you have literally no weak hands. No weak hands. So what does this mean? Well, you can kind of tell already by now. A lot of altcoins out there, they didn't stop at minus 90%. Okay, for example, Hex went down minus 99%. Look at this. Look where Chainlink would be. Oh my God. Look where Chainlink would be if it followed Hex, by the way. Minus 98% to be for, yes, it'd be at $1. Look where it is right now. Hit $5. It went down to $4.97. It actually hit down to like $4.20 in some capitulations. Okay, so look at that difference. That is a huge difference, friends. Look at that difference. It's literally the difference between here and here. That's what you could call, I guess, the deficit you have of price expectations, the weekends coming in. Look, they just all puke it out. So this is not a guarantee. This is just one theory thrown out there. So don't take this to university and expect them to hand over some fluffy slipper diploma for you because you're not going to take it there. It also could be represented when Chainlink reverses, if it ever does. If it doesn't go to zero, if it goes to zero, you lose all that money. Okay. But if it reverses up, what I believe, this is just me guessing, I think it'll have less damage on the way down. That's me. Because there's no weak hands. That's just how I believe it. So instead, it's not going to do these vicious hyperbolic moves, right? I know Hex does charts like that. It'll probably just do these staircase weird things, right? Where the dips aren't like 60%. The dip might be like 45%. Okay, which is it was an enormous world of difference, right? So if you go from here to here, instead of stopping here, something goes down even lower. And these compound over time. You get to see its volatility gets less. This is just my guess, okay? There's no guarantees with this. Okay, so you even have here Mr. TT. Shout out to Mr. TT. Mr. TT saying, you can't even make this up. Link just confirmed they are dumping even more. Another 7% of the supply. Remember, shout out to Mr. TT, but we already went through this, friends. This is overblown and everybody's just looking at the price, which I completely understand. And it's the same as everything else. Okay, same as everything else. So this is also funny. People are capitulating even more. But to be fair, people have been capitulating for a year. So I can't really use this as a signal. Been seeing this for literally, I'm not joking, 12 months now. So this person, Canuck, saying, Link Discord was really active today. This is an official Chainlink Discord. We all need to dump this token at 10 cents. Leave the team with nothing. It's not about money anymore. We all got soft rug. Retail needs to burn the Chainlink labs down. I'm calling for the resignation of 90% of the employees. So you understand the frustration. When coins are down in price, this is what it's like. Yes, this is exactly what happens. We're not surprised. So this is another Link Marine. This is funny. Chainlink price action in 3 is explained. So when he got in, woohoo, woohoo, and now it's just funny. It's just like in total disbelief. So I understand I forgot his name, but he's really close to capitulating. He is really close to it. He actually said he's done with the team. Okay. I lost his YouTube, his Twitter, but yeah, he made a video. Palantir. He literally is capitulated. And now that he's gone, friends, just remember, I made this tweet. I found this tweet, okay? I made this tweet back. Okay, it's in June. Okay, so it's reposted, so it's recent. Because sometimes I made this, you can see where I made this was with a different chart price, okay? So look at this. Chainlink did amazing in its first cycle, 405x. Now, it really wasn't the first cycle. So Chainlink actually had a cycle here. It was literally right at the very end, but it barely moved. It was like 11 cents, went up, did a 10x, came back down, and whatever. So you can count it if you want. You can, okay? You can. So technically, yes, maybe Chainlink is a third cycle, whatever it is, okay? It did a 10, 11x. No one knew understand it. No one knew what the hell was going on. And then in the second cycle, right, or the first real one, it depends how you want to call it, it did like a 400 to 500x. This was with the growth of DeFi. The market started understanding DeFi. Now, in other coins, if this happens on its own, you probably say, okay, rotate to everything else. Rotate to something else. But considering the quality of coins out there and the fact that Chainlink is a bet on DeFi, which DeFi is like one of the top tier blue chip actual use cases of crypto, even though it's fake DeFi, fake governance, but it's actually being built. Because you have that under the wings of Chainlink, it's doing a lot better than the alternatives. Because I want you to know, friends, look at this. Okay, BNB, pretty much a security now because of the Binance FUD. XRP is a security. Cardano, security. By the way, when I'm saying this, they're SEC targeted, okay? They've been destroyed, okay? Dogecoin is now just a commodity from Elon Musk, right? Third cycle curse. Tron, labeled as security. Solana, labeled as security. Polygon, labeled as security. Polkadot, not labeled as security, okay? So, but Polygon, I don't like punting on Polygon if I had Link because even though that Polygon have a lot of devs, I want to see them create stuff first, all right? Because Chainlink connects all the chains together. That's such a great use case to me. But Polkadot, do me and you know if a Polkadot narrative is going to come again? There was a Polkadot narrative back in 2020, 2021. We don't know if it's going to come again. Litecoin, right? They wish they were labeled as security because they're so irrelevant, okay? So these are all stable coins. Shiba Inu. Look, Shiba Inu, maybe, yeah. Shiba Inu, if you want to rotate some into that because it's a new meme, you can do that. But you just got to remember, Shiba Inu doing a 1 million X it's very hard to say, okay, now there's value for me to get in. Like, do you believe that enough weak hands have gone out? This is where you have to take a punt on the ecosystem. So you could, I'll give him little ticks, you could do that. Avalanche, probably security, but just another useless EVM chain. Uni, fake governance, right? This is a debt token. This is a stable coin, and here's Chainlink right now. So obviously, Atom was also labeled a security. OK Coin, it's a security. They're doing the FTX fake FDV thing. Privacy coin here, you can't touch it. Let's look at this. Ethereum Classic, trash. Stellar is basically a security, just a crappier version of XRP. Ton coin, irrelevant. Bitcoin Cash, irrelevant. ICP is labeled as security, pretty much. Filecoin was labeled as security. Lido Doubt, just a governance token. I had that. It was one of my prophecies that ticked off. Do you see now? Quant is a competitor, but yeah, I don't really know. But look, okay, Quant is doing better price-wise. But look at this, friends. I just went through so many coins. So many of them have been labeled securities. The SEC targeted all of them. Have a look at this. You know, they did not target Doge, Polkadot, SHIB, or Link. Doge, Polkadot, SHIB, or Link. Okay, so those are the ones we get actually, I believe, punt on the future. It's funny we went through this. So Doge, Polkadot, SHIB, and Link. I'm going to write this down. Doge, Polkadot, SHIB. Okay. Now, I like Link. Just because I'm going to give it 4 ticks of friendship here. Just because Chainlink, I love its use case. Its use case is to connect every single freaking chain. So it doesn't matter who wins. Obviously, Ethereum's winning right now, but it doesn't matter who overtakes because the entrepreneurs on those chains are going to be using information from Chainlink CCIP, which is probably going to be released throughout the bull market narrative. So just how like Hex community, we had the Pulse chain, that's our ace card to come out for the bull market. Well, Chainlink have CCIP as their ace of spades for the bull market. So that's one big key determining factor. Now, don't think that just when they release it that it's like, okay, price goes up 10x. No, it's not that. It's the bullish undertone to help it go up. That's what I like. So we're gathering this information here together because we're baby cakes. Now, in this chart I have here, I showed you that, okay, so no one went offside from the Chainlink ICO, which is actually quite amazing, right? Wouldn't we love that in the pulse chain sacrifices? Okay, so Chainlink, nobody went offside and it still did 400x. How about that? That makes you think twice about, say, Hex's returns and pulse chain returns, because if you measure them from the bottom with these imaginary people getting out, that's different. But to make a coin where no one goes offside, I try to do that. That'll be very hard. Try to make a coin where no one goes offside. Only Ethereum and Chainlink were able to do that. And of course, Bitcoin, very, very rare. Very hard to get this to happen, okay? So look at this. By the way, when I say go offside, I mean go offside from day one, okay? So Chainlink, if we get a 40x multiplier from the bottom, it ends up being $200. Don't fixate yourself too much on these. I just put these as just nice future targets to imagine, okay? Because look, I hate to say it, but if Chainlink has to stop at $50 because BlackRock finally launched the ETF and Bitcoin's $85,000, then I'm sorry, we're going to have to get out like 50% of our portfolio because every single bull target euphoria indicator might have hit, okay? So even though I don't want to hit at $50, I don't want to exit so early, we just have to be ready. This is what makes you a strong, independent investor and trader, okay? So, of course, after looking at all these USD charts, we really want to look at the truth. The truth is, here is the Link Ethereum chart. Now, obviously, I can just FUD Chainlink, just like every other chart in crypto. Everything looks like this. You put on a linear chart as a Christmas tree, and this is exactly what you get. But if we put it on log, which is a true chart, we get to see, okay, so firstly, Chainlink was huge, did a 100x. 100x. I didn't even measure the absolute bottom, just measured in the middle. Did a 75x from the middle against Ethereum. Now, this is what I like. Obviously, I don't like it. I wish it just swooped up, but it is now, this is like a double bottom and it's been going down forever. So this is, I can't believe, this is vomit inducing. This is, I can't tell you how much pain this is, by the way, look at this, zoom in. This is August 2020, friends. This is not the 2021 bull market. Chainlink has been dropping since August. Okay, so Chainlink dropping means drops against Ethereum, went down 94.35%. Funny enough, this is exactly how much Ethereum dropped against USD in its first cycle. And I think ETH BTC dropped about 89-90%. So this is just something to think about. Now, what I have here, this rectangle is potentially where we would exit. I have these arrows here just to show you we could exit anywhere here, friends, because yes, maybe it never works. Okay, maybe it works a bit, maybe it works really great and upwards. Okay, maybe it does. So from here, I mean, if you're buying from here, I don't think anybody's buying from here because everybody's already long from here. I don't like using these bottom ticking things. If you're in, maybe your average price is around here. So yeah, it's possible that we get nothing by the end of that cycle. It's also possible you get like a 2.5x against Ethereum. It's also possible it gets to 8, 9, or 10. Okay, so this is extremely important to think about. Now, of course, many people will talk about other coins, but I want to remind you, don't measure from that bottom. Measure where the average person is in. If you measure most coins from where the average person is in, including yourself, you ain't gonna get your imaginary measuring from the bottom to the top. I don't like doing this garbage imaginary figment stuff, okay? Only leaders and founders who want to brag about prices will do this imaginary bottom to the top tick thing. That is not realistic. That's just for marketing and bragging, okay? As you saw with certain sacrifices that we did, everybody goes offside. You get to see the truth and reality of the situation. It doesn't matter what it does in these up and down parts. All that matters is where your average price is, okay? So if most people's average price is here, hey, I would still consider this a fantastic win. We got a 4x on Ethereum. Why? Because it's a blue chip, man. You try find me something else where you can go super hard on your portfolio weight and actually get you this, okay? Of course, there's going to be other coins that give you 200-300x, maybe, that we don't know about, and other meme coins, but it's not going to provide this type of backing behind it. Because if Chainlink versus Ethereum starts to go up, I'm not going to say it's done, okay? I'm not going to say it's done because you just have a huge team. You have CCIP, you have so many things going for it. With these other coins, you don't know. Hey, is this their season? Like, for example, Pepe. Pepe pumped in April. Okay, it's dead by literally the end of May. Minus 80%, maybe down minus 95% later on. Is it ever going to come back? you have a different type of risk metric when you're looking at it, okay? So friends, you've learned a lot today. You've learned about the inflation schedule for ChainLink. It is nothing new, okay? It's nothing new. We've gone through this. We're going to keep sailing the seas of friendship, and you're a baby doll, baby cake, blueberry pie. Like, subscribe, button all. Tell mum and dad, ChainLink, the dream is still alive, and we do love them very much. Catch you in the next one.